Hey everyone, welcome back to B2B's One-on-One series. I'm Cassie Skirbo, Vice President of BooTBullying, and I'm so excited to have Miss Lindsey Shaw here with us today. She's one of my best friends and is an incredible actress. She's an ambassador for BooTBullying, and I honestly look up to her and love her so much. So I'm just so happy she's here.
Love you so much.
Yes.
We know each other like long
Oh
time.
yeah, well we met
like
doing Teen Spirit.
like 10 years now? Almost 10.
It is gonna be 10 years,
Almost
which is
almost a
insane.
good decade.
I cannot believe that. And so many incredible things have happened. I feel like I keep making this negative thing around getting older, and I actually think I need to start having a different mindset on that. So I'm very excited I've known you for 10 years.
Right?
And hell yeah for our 30s. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I wanted to just kind of start with, I know that you've been in the industry for a while, obviously working as an actress, and I wanted to ask you, how have the ups and downs of this crazy industry that we decided to, for whatever reason, be in, how have they affected possibly your mental health at times, and how have you pulled yourself out of it if it has affected your mental health? And what are some coping mechanisms you would suggest to people who might be suffering from really any form of mental health? I put depression here, just inside or outside of the entertainment industry.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate the question and like the opportunity to answer that. My mental health has been hugely affected by the ups and downs of the industry. I think this career has also shown me that I am susceptible to mental health issues, and that they really were doing a massive job on me undercover before I was really able to look at that it was called mental health. You know what I mean? I just thought I didn't feel good. I was like, reacting, and every time I would get news, whether it be good or bad, I would either reach for something to celebrate or reach for something to escape. And then those two lines got really blurred. It's almost like the ups mirrored the downs, because any move off of like neutral in your mind, it excited me in a way that I couldn't process. And
Right.
so I would reach out for something to try to, and that was drugs and alcohol and isolation. And sorry, I start to sweat every time I feel like I get like an emotional, you know what I mean? Like I start to like emotionally
You're making
just like
me
go through
emotional.
it. You know what I mean?
I can feel it. That's why I love you so much.
Because I'm just like,
I want these to be as raw and real as possible. So like, feel free to cry, sweat. I'll be crying with you.
no, it took me a really, really long time to learn coping mechanisms. It took me a really long time to be aware of what I was actually doing. Like I was throwing these huge tantrums. I was being like so upset, and I wasn't finding the healing for it. I wasn't doing what I needed to do to take care of myself. I wasn't taking care of myself at all. I had this like destruction mentality, and I finally just left. I had to leave LA. I had to.
I had to leave for doing that, because that's hard.
For 2 years,
You love this more than anything.
I had no idea. When I left, I thought I was dying. Like I just didn't have any template to see my future. Like I did not see it, and I was in such a low place that I couldn't really envision a future. And so I left to Arizona for 2 years. I got to be with my family and connect with them. Wait, can I just get a little Kleenex?
Yeah, we could do anything.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna take my shoes off. I just get so
Get comfy. Honestly, that's what I want this to be. I was saying to my mom today, I'm like, I don't want to wear pajamas there today. You have to be professional, Cassie. Well, that's what I want it to be. This vibe of I just want to start telling people to come in a onesie, one-on-one and onesie.
Right?
I really want that. Right? Onesie on one.
Oh, we're gonna do onesies?
Why don't we
Onesie!
I want to change it into onesie.
Onesie
We
on one.
could.
So that everyone
Yes.
just feels
This is the
comfortable.
pilot with Suede and Lindsey.
Yes.
And then
100%.
Also, my inner child was freaking out. You were on Leslie class.
Oh my God.
You're shaking. You have no idea. I grew up on that show. I'm looking at you and I'm like, I know.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yes.
That's so funny.
I'm freaking out. She's on Leslie class. My God.
Yeah, girl.
We have to remake something after this.
Okay.
We have to.
So good. Okay.
Absolutely. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to take off my my shoes too.
Take
Yeah.
28.
Screw the
28.
shoes.
Screw the shoes. Bye.
We need
Those
some
were
things.
Louboutins I just that's how in the moment I am, girl. I'm ready to do
We
this.
need onesies and I need to get a clip.
Yeah,
Oh
we're
my
gonna get
gosh,
onesies.
yes. A
We're
little
keeping.
sleeve.
I want a piece of this in. I like this.
Yeah, me too.
This is how I want the feel of
This whole
B2B's
setup?
one-on-one to be.
Yeah.
Just real.
Me too.
authentic.
I know. Just like we're in your like house, how we're
Well, you
going
know
out
what?
for dinner. Yeah.
So how?
Take it away. Do you want?
Okay. No. Okay. Wait.
Because you were saying how you left.
I
It
left.
took you 2 years.
I left to Arizona. I felt like the end of everything. I got to Arizona and I got to be with my family. I slept on my aunt's couch while I was there for a while. I went to my uncle. Like made my rounds with the family and connecting with everybody again. I didn't know how long I was going to be gone. I thought it was going to be 3 months, 6 months, and as things started to unroll, as my external circumstances started to I was just it extended and extended and extended. Mm-hmm. And I was still doing self-tapes. I still had an agent here. I was, I had a little bit of connection. I'd come and visit, but I had to eventually go to IOP, which is called intensive outpatient program. So it's like rehab, but you can go home at night. And so I did that for 6 months, and then shortly after that, life kind of unfolded, and I had an opportunity to come back here, and I felt like I was ready, and that it had presented at a nice time, and you said about the coping mechanisms. I'm still working on those coping mechanisms for sure. I think really not isolating myself. That morning routine, I still hate it. I still hate the morning routine, but I feel the value in it. And
When you say the morning routine,
like my morning routine is I get up, make myself some hot lemon water, because I realize what I need for the day. I need to warm my whole self up.
So this is
I
part
need
of the
to
coping
warm up the
mechanism.
mind, warm up the body. If I'm not warm, I will be the meanest, harshest. I just need an extra warm up.
people like to start with coffee. You like it?
No, I had to.
Maybe I
have
need
to
to
get
start
the
doing
lemon
that
water.
because I'm a very anxious human being. I think I need to calm and warm myself down.
And it really helps with the digestion, which I know you and I both appreciate a good digestive movement. So no, it really helps just get your
Love
system
digestion.
going
Big fan
in the
of
morning.
digestion.
I meditate, do some Kundalini yoga in the morning, do some chanting. Sound therapy really resonates with me, literally. I think my voice has been something that's been used for just not the greatest talking for so long, just mean, harsh, hate, and I feel like I've used it for so long that kind of transforming that sound vibration into something good, into something through Kundalini yoga has been
amazing.
Beautiful. So I do that.
Were you teaching yoga for a minute? Or you
I learned how to teach vinyasa, which is wonderful. And that just goes again into moving the body.
Yeah.
Then I do a couple floor exercises in the morning, push-ups, a little bit of yoga, a little bit of whatever, and then I get in the shower and I go do my day.
That is the best morning routine I've ever heard of. Mine's wake up, I'm already late, I'm a late person, throw coffee from my Keurig into a mug and run out the door and I'm already stressed. So I think I need to start waking up earlier and give myself that self-love and that time of maybe doing some voice or chanting work
The
or
meditation,
yoga.
the quiet
This sounds
meditation
amazing.
in the morning is good to go.
Yeah.
But babe, you have great wake-ups at your house too. I love waking up at Cassie's house.
I guess
We
I'm pretty
run, we
optimistic
get in
human.
some soul cycle.
We do. I
grab
have a big
coffee.
cycler. I am a big cycler. I just don't, I guess before I do all of that,
Yeah, it's that moment.
in my house, in my home, I'm rushing out the door to
Right,
go to a
right,
workout
right.
class or,
And it's vital for me that I keep that, because I don't keep my behavior in check if I
Right.
don't do that. It gets out of hand so quickly, and I'm still learning, I'm still
Yeah.
struggling, I'm still growing and learning more coping mechanisms all the time. And I would say for anybody else dealing with depression,
you gotta feel to heal.
yeah. You told me that goes through my head all the time. You gotta feel to heal. That's exactly it. And whenever, I literally repeat that in my head so often because I've needed
I love
it.
that.
And the other thing that's kind of helped me is I'm so mean with these voices in my head still. I'm still trying to change that tape all the time. And if you literally just I don't know, I just sometimes I'm just whoa, 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 whoa. and you talk to yourself in the nicest voice that you possibly
Yeah.
can. You're like, hey, I'm here too. Like that mean entity might live inside you. You might identify with that. You might like find comfort in that. Like that's okay. But like this nice thing lives in you too. And you can access that at any point and talk to yourself like that. You can go back to that shit talk later because you might, but like don't. But
Because you're human and
But
it
practice that little gentle voice. Like even talk in a different way.
Was
than
it
talk.
you that was saying, or maybe it was someone else, because I've been, hanging out with these wonderful women who are very big into mindful meditation, and they were talking about hugging themselves, or was that you? Some incredible woman I know, with either you or one of them, somebody was saying the importance of like actually hugging yourself and holding yourself, which goes into what Suede is here. She's still, sitting here. We were kind of talking about before, like how everything stems from like self-love, which is really just means acceptance. You gotta love the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because the second if you don't love it all, then that means there's something the opposite of that you hate. And nothing good ever stems from hate. So it's literally like being like the weirdest, most psychotic thing about me, whatever it may be, it's just okay, and now we're gonna grow from here, or we're gonna throw it in the trash, but it's accepting and honoring that like, it's a part of me, and there's just certain things as human beings that you can't help that you have certain feelings or thoughts or, reactions to things, but it's about learning how to heal, how to cope with them, how to grow from them, you know what I mean? So, I love that. I think that, everything you said is great, and I think as a human being, we're just constantly a student. We will always be a student. You'll never stop learning, ever. So I guess, doesn't have to be necessarily one coping mechanism. It's just whatever serves you.
Totally ever evolving, and to stay in touch with the coping mechanisms that are working for you. Because like I start to go down bad paths again when coping mechanisms maybe have like, you're ready for new ones. You're ready to evolve them. So you got to like you don't just find them and then there's Pat. Like it's having the conversations, staying aware with yourself.
And I think the reason why I said ups and downs in the industry is because because I just know that this industry, the highs are so high and the lows can be so incredibly low. And I'm sure not to discriminate against other industries, as I know that there are challenges with every industry. I only know this one, but I think no matter what it is that you're doing in life, like or what industry that you're in, it's really just starting from self-love, acceptance, and finding those coping mechanisms. I love yours. I need lemon water. I love that. And this actually kind of goes into this. I was talking about this earlier as well. A term that I had never really thought of until recently, and I feel like I've been preaching this so much. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've heard this term so many times in the past few months. But self-bullying. Because I'm part of Buddha bullying for so many years now, and I love, talking out at these schools and speaking to kids about if they've been bullied, how they can cope with that, or bystanders and cyberbullying. But self-bullying is really at the root of it all, because no one else can bully you if you are so strong with who the hell you are. You know what I mean? But we all do it.
Oh my God.
We all do it. No matter how many times you say that, there's still moments in your day, for the most part, and if you don't do this, like, who are you?
Really?
Like, seriously, what magic medicine are you taking? But there's gonna always be moments in the day where these like little voices pop up in your head that tell you things, and I'm not good enough, or that this looks terrible on you, like you need to lose weight, whatever it may be. Which brings me to another thing we were saying earlier, self-bullying, and Anna Lynn McCord, I love using this, but she had said on a panel, if the voices inside of your head were a person, would you be friends with that person? You know what I mean? And I know that you're like so brave and honest when it comes to this stuff, so I just wanted to kind of say, like, are you a victim of it, as I feel like we all are, and how has it stopped you possibly from achieving certain goals, and what have you learned from that? How have you combated it? Because you have. You're here. So you're already winning.
Yeah.
You left and came back.
Yeah.
Which so many people don't do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everyone's got their own path, but...
self-bullying is what I would say that I have experienced the most in my life. Like, I think that there have been so many angels around me. I have experienced so much love from people that I feel like I can't let in, and it's because that self-bully has always had a hold on me, and always made me see from that perspective, and I've fed it. I've feed that bully more than I feed this little girl, this little innocent wounded animal ferret girl over here who's like trying to love and be good. But I feed that, and it spills over into my relationships, and that's what makes me think that I need to isolate. So it's like, if you can just start to be a little bit nicer to yourself, and do. I'm on a deep struggle with that. We're maybe a little more than halfway through the woods, but like, it's such a strong thing, and I just like.
Baby steps.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm able to like transform it, and then transform it. You know what it is? It's energy. It's energy that you can choose to like move. You know what I mean? So when you're feeling those emotions, like it's this huge surge of energy that you can choose to like fireball out into, or you know, like a nice fireball, like into anywhere that you want. You know, and it's like I don't know when I'm gonna let myself out of this cage fully. It's just more and more practice of like learning not to live in there and learning not to have my heart be cut off from everything. And you know, bullies and that insecurity, it's so obvious. It's so, people wear it on their sleeves, you know what I mean? And they think that they're not doing it, but they do. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna give my inner bully a hug today. I really resonate with the self-bully thing, and I'm really, you know, working on it every day.
But honestly, Lindsey, not to sidetrack, but like you have come so far, and that's why I wanted you to sit up here, because I want people to understand that it is a process, and you have your good days and you have your bad days, but like you're just somebody who always finds a way to succeed, and you have dealt with such, you know, shitty forms of self-bullying that, you know, I know you, but you're always honest and you always climb out of it, and I love that about you. And then you go on to inspiring other people, and for someone who, for whatever, you know, who keeps saying, you know, that you have all these negative maybe thoughts or feelings towards yourself, or this hate or this, I feel like I get so much love from you. I'm like, does she even know how much love that, like, I feel from her and for her? Like, you might have all these things going on inside, but it is really beautiful that you still find a way to love people so fiercely too. You're a love warrior. So like, just so you know, like, I know you're feeling all these things internally, but Lindsey is a love warrior, and like I said, maybe it's that lemon tea or something, like lemon water, but she is. So it's a process. Yeah. It's a process. I know this is a hard one, but simply, what is your biggest insecurity, and what do you do or want to start doing to tackle it?
My biggest insecurity? My biggest insecurity is that I'm not enough and that I am stupid. And to combat that, I'm trying to slow down. I think like what really fuels that bully is pace, and letting everything kind of whirlwind into that. So slow down. The meditation helps me in the morning to start slow. You know what I mean? Otherwise the mind just, it picks up speed like 15 minutes after I'm in the car. But like for it to just like start a little bit slow. So slowing down and just finishing that conversation differently in your head when you're just like, that wasn't enough, or I gotta give more. When that give more than is comfortable, or more than you can, or more than feels healthy, when that starts to come up, it's like just like stopping. I've created a little bit of space for that conversation in myself now, which I think is like lovely. But yeah, it's a long work.
Yeah.
Just slowing down, being more gentle all the time.
I love that.
Even in the way that I speak, the register that you speak.
I cannot believe you said the word stupid. I'm in shock. Because you were like the most intelligent person I know.
But how weird, but just because like I'm just like, gotta get that information because I'm so stupid. But
Isn't
it's
that
like,
crazy
yeah.
that the way people view themselves?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone you know views you as stupid. But we put we like do this self-shaming, internal like self-shaming. Like, I do it too. No, literally we showed up to shoot Teen Spirit like 10 years ago, and she had like 97 books. I was like at Target buying pink fluffy pillows and like food to cook for the week, and she's like reading and like Sun Tzu and like The Art of War, and I'm like, what? Who are you?
She literally goes, you have to stop reading so much.
I was like, girl,
you gotta start living. You gotta get out of the books
live it.
and into the world. Yes. Oh my God.
Did I say like, do you ever just like read read romance novels or like fun adventure novels, mysteries.
There was nothing fun in that reading list. It was all just
So
like,
intense.
so you feel like a piece of.
And here's what we're gonna do from there. And then it's
Just keep thinking about
The art
it,
of
really.
war.
Like, just keep
What?
reading and thinking.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
My
it's
favorite
crazy
thing.
because you never know what people are really feeling inside until you break the silence and just talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that, to me is one of the one of the most important things for me when we're at our school programs and whatnot is just the importance of not allowing yourself or others to feel alienated. If you feel something, just say it. It's not, don't feel ashamed. People need people. So, okay, now,
Cassie is an infusion of light for the world's mental health, honestly. Like, the motivation and energy that you put to good work and to light always, that's always where your energy's at.
Thank you so
And
much.
there's never been a moment that I've been around you that I haven't felt that, which I think is like the
Thank
craziest
you.
superpower.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And then I have my whole internal shame. I'm like, wow, you do? You feel that about me? Why do we do this to ourselves? More love. So does the time you spend scrolling on social media make you feel better or worse? If better, how can we all begin to start using this as a more optimistic tool? If worse, how do you feel we can change this as a society? And these last three questions, by the way, I'm going to ask everybody these three. So they're important ones, the insecurity, the social
Absolutely.
media, and then the one that I'll ask you after that. But yeah, social media.
Yeah, social media, you know what I think? I think like, it's gonna make you feel better or worse. Like, to me, it makes me feel worse because I don't put boundaries on it. I don't
Right.
put boundaries on it. I don't have an intention when I get online. It's not like I want to check in with my friends or I want to see this. You get lost because there's no intention. Like, I want to check this out. There's nothing specific. You just get sort of like lost in this world. And for me, since like I'm always slanted towards kind of a pessimistic view, I kind of like always go that way. So I think putting healthy boundaries on it and really maybe being more intentional about what I'm seeking out, not just literally getting lost on my explore page, which is fine, but it's like that can't happen all the time. Like I want to transform it, for what I want to use. I don't know why I'm still talking. I'm talking to you. I don't know why I'm talking out here.
No, I love it. No, I love it because this is for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know you. I get to hang out. I'm lucky enough to get to hang out with her all the time. But no,
There's no bound, like the lack of boundaries and yeah. So for me, I think like it does make me feel worse.
And interesting. So I guess a way to combat that would be boundaries.
Boundaries on the time that you spend on it and just a little more intentional about what you're using it for. I think you use it very intentionally. Like you always, spread about causes, things, this, that, other. But that's it. Sometimes never it makes me feel good.
Never.
Obviously, sometimes it does make me feel
I
better.
think there's like certain comments and things because I know that do make it's the
The friend network on there is great. Like the
Yeah.
friendship, like you leaving comments on
Building
friends,
people-
like
building
love
people up.
that. That's so fun.
And you're so good. me and her are always going back and forth. But it's important to build your friends up, right? So I mean, yeah, I guess with with most things as big as social media, there's always going to be a positive and a negative.
Right. And it's gonna be on how you're feeling that day. You know what I mean? Like what particular, like where's your vibration for the day? Maybe you don't even know, but something pulls you in one way or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. So for our last question, I wanted to ask you, what would you go back and tell your younger self?
I would tell her, I want to give you a hug. I would say I love you. I would say, please don't do drugs. Probably not going to listen, but like, please don't. And a good therapist, find it sooner than later. That's what I would say. Because I
that.
think
There's this weird stigma that people put around therapy. I
No,
think every
like-
single all it is
find
speaking.
find that outlet
Figuring out
that,
what's going
that,
on.
that allows you to empty this emotional container.
yeah. We need a campaign.
Which was work, you know what I mean? And not
#work.
that it was work for me, but I would just tell her like just broaden that into your personal life too.
Yeah. I just feel like when people think, and myself, this is literally me just saying what I feel, what I think. I've always thought therapy, that means something's wrong. I need to be fixed. And nothing's ever wrong. It's just about really learning how to be your best self. And that only comes from figuring out what's wrong.
Right.
Right?
Everybody has triggers. Something's wrong with literally everybody. Like, unless you're literally a saint born on the earth meant to lead us all in something, we're all here to learn. So.
I don't go to therapy and I genuinely want to, and there's not even a specific reason. I just feel like there's always things that happen in life, and it would be nice to just sit down for a moment and just like, when I speak aloud, that's when I figure things out and figure out how I'm really feeling. Sometimes or sitting in silence, but it's nice to just be able to talk to somebody. Just get whatever it is out.
Yeah,
You know
and somebody
I mean?
having like an unbiased like response back to you. Like even with your friends, there's a little bit of like
Absolutely.
yeah, no matter how much you love them, there's just not that unbiased.
It's a safe space.
Yeah.
Oh,
Totally.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on. You know how much I love you. I appreciate this so much. And this was very, very inspiring. So I'm very grateful.
Always.